Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Today I'm going to be doing the first work on this Water Jasmine. This was a gift from Johnny of Tropical Bonsai Inc. He gave it to me at the Toronto Spring Show this year. I haven't done any work to it yet other than watering it and fertilizing it. So today I'm going to be repotting it and doing the first styling work to the tree. Here's a look at the tree. I'll rotate it around so you can see it from all angles. So here, I think this will be the front. The trunks are leaning towards me just a little bit. Here's the right-hand side, the back, the left-hand side, and back to the front. When I first got this tree, it was quite yellow. I've been fertilizing it and it's greening up quite nicely now. But I still think there's a problem with the roots. I think the soil is retaining too much water, and I think the tree could be healthier. So that's one of the reasons I'm repotting it. I also want to sort out the roots a bit and get it underway. I've also been looking at the branch structure of the tree. So if this is the front, I've got this front branch coming out, and directly opposite at the back I have another branch. So I've got two bar branches. So I think one of those will have to be eliminated, and I think it'll probably be the front one. I'm not sure, but we'll decide that later. But definitely one of those has to go. I can't have the trunk come up in this T here. Right now the tree is styled kind of like foliage pads, and I think I want to get away from that, get a more natural looking style to the tree. So I'll be letting some of these branches grow out. So today I'll be doing some thinning and selecting branches in these pad areas. This is my second try at a Water Jasmine. Johnny gave me another one a few years ago and it was doing really well. I had it out here in the greenhouse and we got a really cold night. I was away and I came home and I rushed out to the greenhouse, and the temperature in the greenhouse was 9 degrees Celsius, which is too cold for the Water Jasmine. And it just, over the next few days, it started defoliating and it just died. It was too cold for it. These Water Jasmines have to be kept warm. They're a true tropical tree. So this tree was grown in Vietnam at a bonsai farm and then imported into Canada, and then it was given to me. So I'm going to begin today by working on the structure of the tree, and then I'll do the repotting. I've picked out two possible pots for this tree. One is a gray pot that Isabella made, has very fancy feet. It's quite nice. And then I have this blue glaze pot here too. So yeah, I'll have to decide. A lot will depend on what the root base looks like. I don't want it in too big a pot where it holds too much moisture. So one of these two pots I think will be suitable. I'm looking at the structure of the tree now, and I definitely think this will be the front, this view here. The trunks are leaning slightly towards you. It looks more engaging with the viewer if the trees are slightly coming towards you. And yeah, I think this dead-on view, the way it's potted now, is the best front. If I rotate it slightly, I've got this trunk going this way and this one going this way. I want the thicker trunk kind of more out front, which it is. So I think that's a good front view. So I've got to decide about that front branch now. I've got these two bar branches here. One of them should go. The trunk line itself comes up, it's being pruned here, and then it divides into two. One is tall and one is flat. I would rather, grow this one up so there makes more of a broom style tree rather than flat foliage pads, which looks a bit contrived. So, do I take that branch off the front is the question. If I take that branch off the front, I've got, fairly dense foliage on the front of this one, and it may look like it's in the background. This one will be the front part of the tree will be sticking out here, and there'll be nothing on this tree sticking out in this area. But I think it has to come off. I just don't see a solution. I don't want to take the back branch off. I think that would be not a good idea, because I can grow that back branch up into the canopy. So let's start by taking that front branch off. It's a big cut, and I will try and root it as a cutting, because water jasmines, they're kind of a bit rare in these parts. You don't often encounter them. I'm just going to clean my tools with soap and water before I do this. Make sure I'm not introducing any disease or anything. So here I go, a big cut coming up. Yeah. So here I go, removing that front branch. I'll just roughly prune it off first. Maybe from above here. Okay, here I go, big cut coming up. Just like that. Yeah, I think already I can see the tree a little more clearly. Yeah, so I'll try and root that as a cutting. I don't know how easily they grow from cuttings, but it never hurts to try. You can either stick it in water or bonsai soil, keep it well watered, and just see what happens. So I'll clean that cut up. I'll make it nice and flush. All right, here I go. So it'll have to come quite close to the trunk. Like that. Quite a big scar, but it will heal over. It's not ideal having big scars on the front, but it'll give it character someday. I already have this big chop up top here that will have to blend in someday. Okay, let's step back now and look at the tree. Yeah, I think that's looking better. So the next part I want to address is this branch here. I'm just picking out some dead leaves here. So I'm looking, there's a good leader coming up here. It's really strong. Just making sure there's no scale. Oh, there is some scale on it. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of scale insects on the tree, so I'll have to spray it. But there's a good leader coming up here. So I'll definitely want to grow that up into the canopy. And then there's a lot of kind of confusion in here. I'm just going to clean my shears too. Yeah, there's a lot of branches here. So there's a vertical one here I can remove. Anything shooting straight up can be taken out. And I'll probably leave, a little more foliage on it than I'll finally want, but there's a branch growing across the design of the tree here. It's not flowing outwards. I'll take that one off. It's a dead branch. And I think, that one died because it just wasn't getting light. There's another, looks like a dead branch in here I can take out. And then this part of the branch, this major part, the branch kind of, I think it's been bent down. It was probably shooting upwards or straight up, and then it got bent. Probably with a guy wire, I imagine. So it kind of has some flow to it until it goes absolutely horizontal. And I have two choices. I can grow, branches flowing up from the top here and keep this as a horizontal branch. The problem with it is that it's quite thick. There's no taper to it. It's the same diameter from the base right out to the edge, and then it's being pruned and then subdivided. So it's a bit of a problem. So what I need to do is find my most flowing branch and prune it back to that. So I may have to come above and look down at this branch. So I'm just looking for how the branch divides. There's another shoot growing straight up here that could be removed. Just trying to see where the base of it is, right here. So there is no, other than this branch out front here, there is no really strong kind of leader. There's a branch back here that the top of it is barely alive. There's another one back here on the top. I could at least take it back to this one, and I will. So here I go, a big cut coming up. Taking the end off that branch. More possible cuttings. So you can see this may be my branch leader eventually. There's two branches here that are crossing each other. The branch on the bottom is quite flowing, and this other one isn't, so I'm going to take this one off. I always look for nice flowing branches, smooth transitions to make a graceful looking tree. I'm going to prune the top off this branch, keep it flowing outwards. There's a part here that's growing back in towards the center of the tree. I'll prune that away. And there's a dead part to the top of this branch. I'll prune that away. Okay, well, let's have a look in the front again. Well, the branch certainly is shorter. So this branch is also growing back in towards the center of the tree. It kind of comes from the bottom. The one end of it is dead, so I'll prune that off. And then I want it to flow outwards, so I'm looking for branches. There's none really. It kind of curves back in towards the middle of the tree. So I'll have to prune it off, I think, way back to here. Like that. And hopefully something will grow flowing outwards. Dead branch there. Dead stub here. I'm even thinking on this branch, I can see now that I'm going to take this little shoot off here. I don't want it. Yeah, let me show you that from below. From below here, you can see there's the thick part of the branch that I pruned off already. And from the bottom of it is this branch. And it's a nicer branch. It flows outwards. And I'm thinking of taking off the thicker one and keeping this lower one. It would make it a lot of taper. Or I could keep both. I could keep this one and that one and prune off this section. That would give me the taper and eliminate this horizontal section. I think I'll do that. I think it'll make a nice branch in the future. So here I go. I'm going to nibble it back to there, eh? So here goes my first cut. My second one. And then I want to take it back. And I don't know, can I get it a little closer maybe? Let me get my smaller pruners. They might be better to reach in here. Like that. So now I have like this branch coming this direction, this one, and this one. So it's very flowing. Yeah, so you can see it's all kind of reaching outwards and upwards. Except for maybe this tip back here, but that's okay. I'll prune it now. No time like the present. Like that. Yeah, so everything's flowing up and outwards, and that'll make a nice, smooth, graceful branch with lots of good taper and movement. So next, I've got to do the same for this branch back here. It's also started to go up, and then it was bent down, and it goes horizontal with this clump of foliage pad branches on top. Again, not a very graceful look. So I do have a graceful branch here. There's another one here that flows quite nicely. This one's too vertical. I'm going to remove it just so I can see a little better. So where to reduce this branch back to? I think to at least here. So I'm going to take it off to here. So here I go. Taking the end off that branch. Some dead leaves there. Just kind of cleaning it out a bit. Okay, so I want, the branch spreading in all directions, but I do want it to be graceful and flowing. So this one can be pruned back to here, keeping my branches going outwards. This branch is cutting back in towards the center of the tree, so I'll take this end off it like that, keeping it flowing outwards. There's part here that's also going back towards the center of the tree. I'll remove that one. So now you can see it's flowing outwards a bit more. There's a vertical one here, or growing back in towards the center of the tree. Rid of that leaf there. Putting this dead tip off. Yeah, let's go above and have a look at this one. Here's that branch from above. I could take it back more. You can see there's no real taper to the branch. It kind of is cylindrical and the same thickness all the way out to the tip. I think I'll take it back a little more. So I like this part, it's growing upwards. And I like this one, it's growing upwards. I'm going to take the end off here for starters and see how it looks. I think I better take it back a little further. I've got a lot of bar branches. Just trying to see where to go. I think this is the branch I want to develop. So I definitely want to keep that one. I'll take the tip off here. And take this one off. It's a bar branch. And then I've got two bar branches here. One of them has to come off. I think because I have this as my growing tip, I don't want another branch the same direction here, so I'm going to take this front one off here. Like that. I think that has that branch pruned up. It's It's improved, that's for sure. So next, I've got to go up to this ball of foliage up top. So again, I'm looking for flowing upright branches. And there's a lot of good ones in here. It's just a bit of a pom-pom. There's just too many branches, too many opposite branches, so I need to pick which ones I want to keep and which ones will go. I'm going to start here. There's a branch that's too horizontal down here. Maybe. Up here there's two branches interfering with each other. And I have to decide which is the better branch. I got to look at staggering. It's a tough decision. I'm leaning towards taking this upper one off, and I will, because it's just not a good looking branch. So that one's coming out. This one has a dead tip here. I'm taking that out. Out front here, again, I have to be careful not to get a ball of branches in this area, or like a cluster of branches, so it just thickens this tip up, and I can already see that happening. The trunk is quite skinny down here, and up here it's really getting lumpy and thick. So I think I better take this horizontal branch off here, keeping my more upright one. Get in there. There. So that one's gone. And I'm going to take off this horizontal branch. I want to go an upright structure. There's a dead branch here I can remove. Now, so this upper part, you can see I have a branch coming towards the front here. And then I've got this big thick back section. So I want to encourage this, I think, as my sort of continuation of the trunk line, and everything else will be more background. Oh dear. Well, there's a branch here that's kind of growing over top of the one I want to develop, so I'm going to remove that one. There's a couple there, so here they go. If you want a branch to grow, you've got to give it light. Okay. There's another one coming straight out the front. I don't want a branch coming out the front. So I want this one as my trunk line. So I'm going to remove this one. Kind of exposing the trunk line there. And I'll clean that up a bit. Trying to keep my trunk line fairly smooth. There's another one down lower. I can get rid of that one too. It's coming straight out the front, and another one. That one's okay. It's off to the side of it. So quite a few scars there, but I'm going to take off. I've got, if I grow this branch, then I've got an opposite branch here. So I think difficult decisions. I'm going to keep this one and prune this one away. And this one. So I've got a branch here, trunk line. This branch, take this part of it away. And I'm thinking of taking this one off too. And I may take the whole top of the tree off. I don't have to. I can grow this up here and this one out the back. But I do have to give this branch light. So I've got a few branches that are leaning forwards that I'm going to remove. And there's one growing across the tree here. Remove that one. And then I need to clean up that. I need to clean up that big stump in here from that branch. Get the smaller cutters in here. Let me get the camera up a bit higher. So this part of the apex is growing vertical, and I want to grow this as my trunk line and these back branches. So I'm going to take the whole top off, this back section, and it'll make it flow out towards the back instead of crossing back over the apex. So let me just prune the branches away first. So this one's got to go. And this one too. Like that. This one has to go. This doesn't flow outwards. And then I'll clean those cuts up. Trying to get it to heal fairly smooth. So that's opened the apex up. And I'm not sure if I need this sort of vertical one. I have this branch going out the back. It is nice that it divides there. Maybe I'll keep it. That will be a decision for the future. Just take out some more foliage here to prune this one. This one's not really flowing. I'm going to take that one off. It doesn't look graceful. Now it divides from 1 to 2. Bring this one back. I've got a division of 1 to 3 here, so I'll take this one off. It's the worst looking branch for direction. Now I have a branch here. The radial direction is here, and this part is getting too far off radial, so I'm taking that out. Let's go around back here. I have a division of 1 to 3 here. This one's not very flowing, so that comes out. I have 1 to 3 here. And I think it's going to be this one. Maybe. No. I'll take the little one out in the middle. I'll prune this one. And there's one shooting straight up here. I'll take that out. Dead branch here I can remove. Here I have a cluster of branches. Which one to take out? I think the vertical one. It's absolutely vertical. And then I have 3 branches here. I'll take out the middle one. So that's cleaning up the upper structure now. Don't know if that branch is alive. It's flexible, but I don't want it. I have 2 branches going from one spot here, so that's got to come out anyway. And even here I have 2 branches going from one spot. Now I was trying to decide on those ones. Tough decision. Let's look from the front. So in this area, right, that's a dead branch. One's alive, but it's not the greatest location. Better take that one out. And this one, this is my trunk line, so I better take going to look quite naked, but I better take it out. There I go. It's gone. And the one on the other side, it's getting kind of lumpy here. I better take it out too. Just have this, and then I'll keep this kind of suppressed, grow this out, and I should get a nice division of the trunk dividing into 2, one out the back and one out the front. Yeah, I think once this grows up it'll look a little better. Now, I've got 2 branches growing from one spot here. I'll remove this lower one. And then I've got 2 ladder branches there. I'll keep one of them. I think it'll be the lower one and get rid of this one. Like that. And I think that's it for the upper part of this tree. So this tree is all pruned up now. It's pretty sparse, but if all goes well after the repotting, it should grow with a lot of vigor. So next I've got to do the secondary tree. Okay, I'm looking at the structure on this one. It's a bit of dieback here. I'll prune away this branch. It's totally dead. This one, it's totally dead. This one dead. Just wasn't getting light. So I have kind of a strong upwards section towards the back here. I don't think I want this one. It goes back in towards the center of the tree, and the part that flows outward is dead, so I'm taking that one right off. This one can come off. It's pointing back in. This one can be cleaned up. So now I have to decide, do I want to keep this back structure? Probably. I think it's looking good. This branch is flowing too vertical, so I'm taking that one out. This one's crossing back in towards the center of the tree. Take that one out. There's a little shoot here I can take out. So I have some good flowing branches here. I'll take the part that's growing back in towards the center of the tree off. Any thinning you can do like this helps you look at the structure of the tree. So it's not just a ball of foliage. And then on this part, I have a branch that's going back in and curls up. I think that's got to be removed. It's just not flowing outwards, so this one's coming off. And I think this one can come off. And this one, a little shoot here. So I have the same problem here, is that I've got this horizontal branch that's the same thickness from the base right out to the tip. So I need to pick something flowing to shorten that branch back. I'm going to remove this one. It's growing in towards the center of the tree. This one was flowing outwards, but it's dead, so I'm taking it right off. I've got a good flowing branch here. Here's another one crossing the, going back in towards the center of the tree. Maybe not, maybe it comes from here. It's just tangled. There. This one grows back towards the center of the tree. I'll take that out. This one also. This allows me to see the structure a bit better. Now, where can I reduce that branch back to? I could come right back to this branch. At least, I think I will. At least to this one. I'll prune this one off first so I can get in there. Taking the end off that branch like that. So that shortens it. Now, this big stub here, I think it grows back in towards the center of the tree. It doesn't flow outwards, and I have some flowing branches. So I think the top of that has to be removed. So I'll rough cut the branches off first so I can get my pruners in there. It's even hard to get the scissors in there. Yeah, so now I can take that stub off the end here. Take this one off first. Now I can clean that up better. Like that. There's a branch here I can take out. That improves the flow of this trunk line. I think this branch is, I have this branch here, and this one's going from the same spot and it's vertical, so I'll take it out. Take this part off this one. Now I have a cluster of branches here. I think if I develop this one, I don't need this one growing. I've had this branch growing at the base of the thicker one here. And which one? I could prune this whole thick end off here and keep this one, which I think would be best for the future of the tree, to get rid of that big lump there. So I'll rough prune everything off of it first. So So I can get in there again. And then I can take that back even further. Big cut coming up, here I go. Like that. That really improves the flow. So I can develop these up. I have opposite branches here. And I think because I have this one coming out the front, I'll keep the one at the back and remove this one coming from the bottom here. It's a bit too horizontal. I don't think I need this one on the bottom. It's growing from the bottom here. Take that one out. Improves my upwards flow. Take this section off here. I have two branches growing here. I think I better remove the lower one, keeping the upper one. And then I've got a few dead branches here I've got to clean up. This one's totally dead except for a leaf way back there, so I'll keep part of it. This one's dead. This tip's dead. Okay. A little confusing here, but I think I better let that grow. I don't think there's any rush to get that cleaned up. That might be it. That's quite enough. I could clean this cut up at the end just a little better. A little risky, but that improves the flow of it. Yeah, I think that better be it. I can also, there's where this big pruning stub was here, I can clean that up a bit. There's a bit of a stub there. Just take it back to the green. That helps a bit. That'll make that transition a little smoother someday. Okay, let's step back and have a look at the tree. Here is a look at the tree now. So you can see it's definitely more upright and flowing now. It's not there yet, but it's a start. It's a good start. It's a little awkward, this transition here, how it comes to the inside, but I think there's not much I can do about that. It'll just have to kind of echo the curve here and then maybe curve back towards the other direction someday. I could reduce this branch back here. I think. No, I'll let this grow up. I'll leave it. I think that's good. I think that is pruned up. Pretty severe pruning, but it's got the structure underway. So I can develop into a nice smooth flowing tree in the future. So next comes the repotting. Here is a look at the tree. You can see how much foliage is left. And here is what I took off today. So I took a lot off. I would say 75%. But it's the right time of the year. Summer is coming. It's a hot, humid day today. So it should recover and grow quite nicely for the summer.